Hey everyone, I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo.
Welcome back to The English Blend.
We have a great episode today.
We do. So, quick question for everyone listening.
Hit us with it, Mia.
Do you watch amazing movies or cool series in English, maybe on Netflix?
Of course they do. Everyone does.
Exactly. But then, when you need to speak English in real life,
Uh-oh.
you feel totally blocked, you know?
That moment when the waiter asks what you want and your brain just freezes.
Yes. That's the problem we are tackling today.
Today we're going to talking about movies and series. But really, we are focusing on how to use that entertainment time to achieve real flowing communication structure.
We want to help you switch from perfect English mode to fluent English mode.
Exactly. So grab your coffee and let's get started.
Today's goal is communication, not perfection. That is key.
It's the difference between fluency and accuracy, right?
Absolutely. Let's define those simply, Leo.
Okay, accuracy is about being correct. It's perfect grammar, the right verb tense, the precise preposition.
It's the score you get on a written test. It's important, of course.
But fluency is about flow. It's about not stopping. It's like a river, always moving forward.
It means you can have a conversation without long, awkward silences while you try to conjugate a verb.
Even if you make a little grammar mistake, the message still gets across.
Exactly. If you're at a cafe and you say, "I want a coffee, please," small, you are fluent in that moment.
You got the coffee. Mission accomplished. If you stop and think, oh no, should I say I would like, or I want, or I will have, and then the waiter walks away,
You didn't get your coffee. Zero communication.
that's the core difference we need to focus on. Fluency is successful communication.
And many learners, especially at the B1 and B2 levels, hit a wall.
That's a great phrase, Leo. When you hit a wall, it means you reach a point where you can't make progress anymore. You feel stuck. And often, that wall is built out of grammar rules.
We call this the grammar trap.
Tell us more about the grammar trap, Mia. Why does studying grammar sometimes slow down fluency?
Because your brain is too busy being a grammar police officer.
I like that, the grammar police.
Every time you start to speak, a little voice asks, "Is that past perfect continuous? Are you using the correct conditional?"
That internal check takes time, maybe 1 or 2 seconds per sentence.
And that delay kills your flow. You lose the rhythm of the conversation.
If you stop too often, the listener loses interest, or they jump in and finish your sentence for you.
Right? Then you feel discouraged. That fear of mistakes builds up.
We spend so much time studying how to construct a perfect sentence that we forget the main goal, just saying the sentence.
Think of it like driving a car. When you first learn, you worry about every little thing: the clutch, the mirror, the gas pedal.
It's slow and jerky.
But once you're fluent in driving, you don't think about the mechanics. You just drive. You focus on the road.
English speaking needs to be like that automatic driving.
Now, this connects perfectly to watching movies and series. Learners often feel guilty for watching a show just for fun.
They think, I should be pausing it every 2 seconds to write down new vocabulary.
That is helpful for accuracy, sure. But for fluency, you need to turn off the subtitles sometimes.
What? Turn off the subtitles? That sounds terrifying for an A2 learner.
Maybe not turn them off completely, but try to use English subtitles, not your native language subtitles.
That forces your brain to stay in the English zone.
Exactly. The goal isn't to understand every single word. The goal is to follow the plot and get your point across later when you talk about the show.
Let's explain that phrase. To get your point across means to successfully communicate your main idea or message.
If you watch a movie and can tell your friend the basic story, you got your point across. You were fluent in describing it.
It doesn't matter if you messed up the relative clause or used saw instead of have seen.
Precisely. Communication succeeded. I remember a time when I was traveling in Italy. This is my little story.
Ooh, cultural note time. I love these. I was trying to buy train tickets, but the machine was broken, so I had to talk to the person behind the counter.
Very real-world scenario, high pressure.
My Italian is terrible. I knew maybe 20 words. I was trying to ask, when is the next train to Florence?
How did the grammar police react?
They went crazy. I was trying to conjugate the verb andare, to go, and decide which preposition to use with Florence.
You stopped mid-sentence, right?
Yes, I froze. The line behind me was getting long, so I just pointed at a map and shouted, "Train, Florence, now, please?"
And what happened?
The agent laughed, but she understood immediately. She gave me the ticket time.
Success! You achieved 100% communication with maybe 5% accuracy.
It was a huge lesson. If I had waited for the perfect sentence, I would still be standing there frustrated.
That story perfectly illustrates that fluency is about momentum. It's about using the tools you have right now.
So, how do we train ourselves to prioritize flow when we watch movies and series?
We have 3 amazing tips. These are real, practical steps.
Let's dive into tip number 1.
Tip 1, massive listening and the power of context.
What is massive listening? It sounds like you have to listen to 100 podcasts a day.
Not quite 100. It means consuming English input constantly without stopping to analyze every word.
Like background noise.
Yes, sometimes. Put on a series you've already seen, maybe in your native language, but watch it again in English.
Because you already know the plot, the context is there.
Your brain focuses less on what did they say and more on how did they say it.
You start recognizing sounds and patterns without translating.
This builds your passive fluency. It primes the pump, so to speak. It makes English feel normal.
Even if you are doing chores or cooking, keep the English audio on.
It's the sheer volume of English hitting your ears that matters for fluency, especially when watching shows.
Awesome. Moving to tip number 2.
Tip 2, learn chunks, not just single words.
This is a game changer. What is a chunk?
A chunk is a group of words that naturally go together. It's a phrase or a small sentence that native speakers use all the time.
Like a ready-made building block for a conversation.
Exactly. Instead of learning the word look and the word forward and the word to, learn the chunk I'm really looking forward to.
If you learn that whole phrase, you don't have to worry about the grammar inside it.
Your grammar police officer takes a coffee break. The phrase is already correct.
Think about series dialogue. They are full of chunks, like, "You gotta be kidding me," or "What's going on?" or "I can't believe it."
If you hear a character say, "I should have called you back," that is one unit. Don't analyze should, have, and called separately.
Just practice saying, "I should have called you back."
When you talk about the episode later, you can reuse those chunks instantly. That increases your speed and flow.
So when watching, don't just write down the difficult vocabulary. Write down the whole phrase surrounding it.
The context tells you how to use it. That's the power of learning from dialogue.
Fantastic tip. And now, the final practical strategy.
Tip 3, the 3-second rule. This is specifically designed to overcome the grammar trap.
Tell us the rule.
When someone asks you a question or you need to say something, you have 3 seconds to start speaking.
No more than 3 seconds? That feels fast.
It is fast, but if you take longer than 3 seconds, your brain automatically jumps into perfection mode.
And the grammar police arrive.
They do. They shut down the communication highway. The 3-second rule forces you to use what you have available right now.
Even if it's a simple answer or an imperfect sentence.
Yes. If someone asks you, "What did you think of the new season of that show?" and you only have 3 seconds,
I can't stop to choose between this simple past and the present perfect.
you just say, "It was really good," or "I love the actors," or "Too long episode." It might not be grammatically perfect, but you spoke quickly.
That rapid response proves fluency. It shows you can keep the ball rolling.
And the more you practice the 3-second rule, the faster your brain finds those ready-made chunks.
It's training your speaking muscles to be faster than your analyzing muscles.
And look, if you make a mistake using the 3-second rule, guess what? It's not the end of the world.
That's another great phrase we use all the time. To say something is not the end of the world means it's not a disaster, it's not serious, and you can recover from it.
Making a small grammar error in a conversation is definitely not the end of the world. Maybe the person you're talking to smiles, but they understood you perfectly.
And that goes back to our core message, focus on communication.
Let's review the key phrases we've used today just to solidify them.
We talked about the importance of being able to get your point across.
Meaning successfully conveying your message, even with imperfect English. Think about the train ticket story.
We also discussed the feeling of being stuck when you hit a wall.
This usually happens when you are trying to move from intermediate to advanced, and grammar starts holding you back.
And finally, that reminder that minor mistakes are okay. It's not the end of the world.
Use these phrases when you talk about your favorite movies this week.
Try using them in context. Tell a friend, I watched that new series, but I hit a wall trying to describe the ending.
Perfect. That's using the new language immediately.
So let's quickly recap our main points.
We learned that fluency is flow and accuracy is correctness. For communication, fluency wins.
Don't let the grammar police slow you down and prevent you from speaking.
And use those practical tips: massive listening, learning ready-made chunks, and practicing the fast 3-second rule.
Train your brain to speak first and analyze later.
Use movies and series not just for fun, but as massive input sources. Listen and repeat those natural chunks.
Start simple. Pick a 5-minute clip from your favorite series. Watch it 3 times without subtitles, then 3 times with English subtitles.
We believe in you. Daily practice is what turns input into output. Just 5 minutes a day makes a huge difference over time.
Remember, making mistakes is part of the process. Every time you speak, even if it's imperfect, you are succeeding.
Focus on getting your point across, and soon you won't feel like you're hitting a wall anymore.
That was a great talk. We covered a lot of important ground today.
Next week, we're going to talk about vocabulary acquisition, how to remember those tricky words that only show up in period dramas.
Ooh, essential topic.
Thanks for joining us for the English Blend.
Yes, see you in the next episode of The English Blend.